Assalamu alaikum and hi everyone, how are you guys? Today we are going to start lesson 10 on decimals, which is how to write decimals or how to finding decimal values on a number line. Okay, and thank you very much guys for watching and learning here. You guys are amazing and you're the best audience. So let's begin our today's session without wasting any further time. So decimals on a number line, here we are having question 1. So we have a certain pattern of numbers and we have to find out the values inside these boxes, right? Okay, now how we came to know that what value should be placed in here? So there must always be a clue in the question. So if you look here, you can take any of these two numbers up to your own choice to find out the difference in between these two numbers. So that is basically a jump providing to us in order to find out the next immediate number, right? So if I'm going to take these two numbers 12.2 and 12.8 and take away these two numbers, subtract these two numbers, so we'll came to know that 12.8 minus 12.2 will give us 0.6, because 12 minus 12 is 0 and 8 take away 2 is 6, right? So 0.6. so there is a jump of 0.8 in order to find out the next immediate number, right? Okay, or you can simply take away these numbers here, 12.8 minus 12.2, so 8 take away 2 is 6, and then put a decimal point, and 12 take away 12 is 0, so there is a jump of 0.6. so what next number we are getting after 8? So it becomes 8.6. then if you add 0.6 in 8.6, you'll get 9.2. then after that 9.3, 9.4, 9.5, 9.6, 9.7, 9.8. so there are how many digits? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, so the next number is 9.8, right? After that 10.6. now add 0.6 in 10.4 and we are landing on a number which is 11, right? So we are done with the question. Easy. So this is pretty much easy. Moving on to the next question. So here again we have to find out the values inside these boxes, and there is a clue here, consecutive two numbers. So simply we are going to take away these two numbers, write the bigger number first, then write the smaller number, simply subtract these two numbers. 5 minus 2 is 3, then put a decimal point. 7 minus 2, 5 is 2, and 1 minus 1 is 0. Simply put it or not, it's okay. So the jump we are having here is 2.3. so remember 2.3 here. now simply add 2.3 in this 6. so the number next we are landing on is 6 plus 2 is 8 and 8.3. now if you add 2.3 in 8.3, we are getting 10.6. now add 2.3 in 10.6. so the next number we are getting here is, so add 2 in 10 we'll get 12, and add 6 in 3 we'll getting 9, so it's 12.9. then after 17.5 add 2.3 in it, so this will become 19.8. after that we are having 22.1. you can also verify your answer to add 2.3 19.8 to check whether you're landing on this exact number or not, right? so this will also help you to verify your current value that you just put inside this box. so now add 2.3 in 22.1. so the number we are landing on, add 2 in here, we are getting 24. 22 plus 2 is 24, and 1 plus 3 is 4, so it's 22.4, right? Next 4.9, and in this case we are not getting any two consecutive numbers. so how we are going to solve this question? so in that case we are going to take these two numbers, right? we are simply going to, in order to find out the exact middle value, so simply we are going to take the average or the mean value, right? so the numbers are 12.3 and 4.9. so I'm simply going to add these two numbers, add these numbers. Okay, remember the rule of finding the average or mean, simply add these two numbers, whatever the result is, divided by 2. so 3 plus 9 is 12, right? 2 here, add 1 in, add 1 goes on the carry, So 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 4 is 7, and this one shift as it is down. So the number we are getting here is 17.2. Now simply divide this 17.2 by 2. Why we are dividing it by 2? Because the numbers we are taking here are just two values, right? If there are 3 values, we are going to divide it by 3. If there are 5 values, we are going to divide it by 5. This is the basic formula for finding the average or the mean. Sum of all the numbers divided by number of values. So the number inside the square root sign will become 17.2. Now start dividing it on a times table of 2. So this will give me 8 times 2 is 16. Simply take away. So remainder we are getting here is 1. Now we have to shift the next digit down, but before that there is a decimal point, so also put a decimal point here. Now we are allowed to shift this 2 down, and there is no need to put a decimal point again. We have already put in our quotient or in our answer. So 6 times 2 is 12. Now simply again take away these two numbers, so remainder we are getting 0. So the answer we are getting here is 8.6. right? Okay, so the number we are getting here is 8.6. Now we can easily find out that there is a how much jump in between these two consecutive numbers. So if you see, there is a jump of 5, 6, 7, 8, or we can simply solve it using a calculator. Simply take away these two numbers. So 8.6 take away 4.9, so there is a jump of 3.7, right? Now if you add 3.7 in 8.6, so we are reaching on a number. So simply add these two numbers, 8.6, 3.7 plus 8.6. So see, we are landing on the 12.3. It means we are doing it very fine. So now add 3.7 in 12.3. So the numbers we are landing here is 12 plus 3 is 15 and 7 plus 3 is 10. So this 15 will become 16, right? The next number is add 3.7 in it. So 16 plus 3 is 19.7. 16 plus 3.7 is 19.7. The next number we are getting here is 23.4. I'm solving it directly, you can verify it by yourself. And the last number we are getting, if we are going to add 3.7, we are getting a number 27.1, right? I hope you have got the concept. Okay, moving on to the next question. So draw a number line from 7.2 to 9.2 with 10 equal intervals. Now in this case, this is our hint, we have to make 10 equal intervals. So in that case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply take away these two numbers, 9.2 and 7.2, in order to find out. Okay, let's just do it. 2 minus 2 is 0, 9 minus 7 is 2, right? Now this is my value, so either you can write 2.0 or simply 2. Got it? And there are how many intervals? So the intervals are 10, so that's why I'm going to divide it by 10. So simply write it here 2. Now since we cannot divide this 2 by 10 tens times table, 2 is a smaller number, so it means I have to put 0 and put a decimal point. Once I put a decimal point, I am allowed to put as much number of zeros as I can. But just by putting 1 0, this number becomes bigger than my divisor, so it means I can divide this 20 on a times table of 10. So start counting. So 2 times 10 is 20. Take away, we'll get remainder 0. So this is the number that we are getting here. This is the jump or the interval, right, in between two consecutive numbers. So simply add 0.2 in all of these intervals, right? So if you add 0.2 in 7.2, we'll get 7.4. Add 0.2 in it, 7.6. Add 0.2 in it, 7.8. Then we are having add 2 in it, so this will become 8.0 or simply 8. Then we are having 8.2, 8.4, 8.6, 8.8, and after that we are having add to 0.2 in 8.8, we are getting 9 or 9.0, right? So this is how you solve this question. So all you need to do is to understand the question very carefully. Once you understand the question, we have already done the 50% of its solution, and remaining 50% is just to write it down on a piece of paper. So always pay attention what the question asks, right? Next is draw a number line from 3.3 to 14.9. So this is our range. This is the starting point, this is the ending point, with 4 equal intervals, right? So the intervals must be for 1, 2, 3 and 4, and they are equal, right? Equal intervals. So again, same strategy. So this is maximum value, this is minimum value. Take away these two numbers, so this will give me 6.11, right? Now this is the number I'm getting here, the distance in between these two values, right? So now since there are 4 equal intervals, that's why I'm going to divide it by 4. So this whole process is basically called finding the average or mean, right? In order to find the exact distance between each interval, each patch. Total patches are 4, and we are finding the exact distance of one patch, right? So simply write 11.6 here. Now start dividing. So 2 times 4 is 8. Simply take away these numbers. Number we are left here is 3. The next value over here is 6, but before that there is a decimal point, so just put this decimal point over here and shift the next digit as it is down. So this number becomes 36. 9 times 4 is 36. Take away these numbers, we are getting remainder 0. So this is the exact distance of one patch, right? Or a jump or interval in between two consecutive numbers, 2.9. So we are going to add 2.9 in 3.3 in order to find the next number. So that will become, simply add these two numbers. 9 plus 3 is 12. Right, 2 here, 1 goes on carry. 2 plus 3 is 5, and plus 1 6. So the number here is 6.2. Again add 2.9 in 6.2. The number we are landing on is 9.1. The next number is add 2.9 in 9.1. So the number we are landing here is 12. And we are done with the question. I hope you have got the concept. Okay, next very question is draw a number line from 7 to 36.1 with then increments of 9.7. So the last number over here is 36.1. So write it here. And we have to jump with an increment of 9.7. So the jump or the distance from one number to from one interval to the next interval is already given to us, which is 9.7. So simply add 9.7 in 7th. So we'll reach up to the next digit, right? So this the next number we are getting here is 16.7. Now add 9.7 in this number. So the number we are getting here is 26.4. And this is how we solve decimal questions on a number line. So moving on to the next concept, which is convergence from decimals to fractions and percentages. And we have already done this concept in our chapter 2, basics of fractions, and I have already provided the link in the description box below. So you can look if you want to further practice these questions or review this question, you can go to the link down below. So here comes to an end of our today's session. Stay blessed, be happy, keep smiling, and thank you once again guys for watching and learning here. Keep learning and stay safe out there. We'll catch up later.
I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in.